We find abstract art hard to love because we have to do so much thinking about it. But all we really need to think is that it's testing out modern changes. What passes, what lingers. This painting by clay might have been a Christ on the cross in a previous age. What can we love? Maybe religious-type yearnings connected to a vanished world of the natural and the simple, peasant decoration, rustic pots and embroidered patterns, conjured up by abstract art, an object of mystical veneration, not connected to God, because in modern life we no longer have everyone obeying one single absolute higher authority. We're modern materialists. We've learned to get happiness from the urban environment, to delight in its elegance and shimmer. But at the same time, we're uncertain because we know there's an inner light too. Could it be here in the abstract paintings of Paul Klee's contemporary, the Dutch artist Piet Mondrian? Mondrian's straight lines and rectangles and flat colours are all there in the look of the modern world. He really likes the grids of New York skyscrapers, that feeling of awe at regularity and endless mathematical order, and playful variations on order. He's excited by that look, but he's not actually picturing it. His paintings are not shorthand visual diagrams of skyscrapers. They're not of anything, they are something. They're visual, they're a balance of elements. You see them and you get taken to another place. That's something you've always got to remember about Mondrian. He's not living in the material world. He's in the immaterial world. For him, none of this is real. Mondrian is testing the idea that society can be perfected, that civilization advances. Really, he's testing purity. It's not the Nazis demanding purity, it's an experiment. What is purity? Is it spiritual? Religion might be less central to life now, but it's still part of human nature to want to be shaped, to feel whole, to be connected to others. And Mondrian's balances of abstract shapes answer that desire for unity. Looking at them, we could be in any civilization, any time, in the Museum of Modern Art or a 10th century mosque. Your inside is out and your outside is in. You can live inside the optimistic forms of a Mondrian. That's the vision of modern housing of the Swiss architect Le Corbusier, who designed this building in 1946. Le Corbusier called it his machine for living. It was for the new modular man, he said. You could be reshaped here. Live here, get calm, feel ordered. No longer weighed down by centuries of oppression. You're your own man now, your own modular man, with your own modular wife and kids, having modern, modular happiness. The future's bright with abstract squares. Or is it? Try looking out the window. It's the other side of the world. Corporate skyscrapers loom over post-Second World War New York. In the poorer parts of the city, there are cold water lofts inhabited by artists. They're called the abstract expressionists. There were a handful of figures, including Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, Willem de Kooning and Barnett Newman. They came up with a new approach to art. It was extreme. It said, look into this, the void. The artists felt tortured by modern life's dark side. There was science and technology to make daily existence more comfortable, more equal, more easy. But science and technology also made the Holocaust and the atom bomb. The artists were outcasts because they couldn't accept the values of consumerism that made humanity blind to its own self-destructive nature. They thought it wasn't their art that was strange, but reality. Reality had become neurotic. Modern life's a bust. Who are you going to call? The abstract expressionists. The main thing is they're abstract. The next thing is, what are they expressing? The answer in these big, puzzling, powerful daubs that show you edges and lines and negative stuff and positive stuff but they refuse to show you anything else. It's a racking up of the integrity and authenticity of abstract art. So everything's amplified, everything's bigger, narrower, emptier, more urgent, more morally challenging. It's no longer the quirky, dreamlike charm of Paul Klee. It's a much starker vision. The journey the audience is being asked to take is much tougher. That's you. The gamble of the art is that part of you, the unpolluted part, will want to go on the trip that the art is taking, out into a world of soaring visual purity, where the barren moral desert of contemporary society is somehow also suggested. Art telling society off. That's what you're seeing here. If these paintings were tabloid headlines, they'd read, "Artist's reality attacks society's falseness."
In the past, we had great monuments to ideas that fired the civilization of the time. Our monuments now are different. The civilization of the future will see what we are now through our art. They'll see that we have wars, but in our museums, we don't have images of heroic soldiers fighting for freedom. We have uncertain atmospheres, artists with attitude fighting for meaning. Rushing around being modern, is there a secret voice in your head sometimes? I wish I could pin things down now and then. I wish there was an order just given to me that I could follow and believe in, instead of having to make it up from scratch all the time. Somebody else felt the same as you.
Jackson Pollock is all floating marks, all space. It's a Zen look. It's not a thing, it's a weightless, gravity-defying, delicate dance. He can never know exactly where he's going to land, if he's going to keep that balance or if it's all going to collapse.
Ever feel your life's a chaos? Ever feel you can't rely on anything? Ever feel all reassurances are hollow? Here's some art that answers to that very directly.
Why a painting by Willem de Kooning looks like a de Kooning is because of the way it's done. That fantastically battered, impacted look is achieved by constantly working at it, making a gesture and then partly getting rid of it and using the trace of the gesture as a kicking off point for another gesture, and then keeping that process going, building something and erasing it, building and erasing. Every decision is a morally fraught one. Every stroke is your whole being. You don't have anywhere to go, but you must go on. That's the existential vibe of it. You must do something, but you're guided by nothing.
While you're watching this, you're thinking about a million other things. What are you going to do next? What did you do this morning? What distractions are coming up soon? So you don't have to wonder, why do we die?
A Mark Rothko painting is all looming void. The edges fuzzy and incredibly rich vibration of colour. But it's not just loveliness. There's a sombre, dim, awful atmosphere of portentous happening, like you're being dragged back into something ancient and profound. You're in there, you're standing in the modern world, but you're facing the ancient profundities like you're in some cultish religious ritual. Rothko was horrified if anyone said, "Ooh, how marvellous are the colours." For him, art's a trial. You're facing your doubting self. It's the final moment, the void. Art's a heavy moral responsibility. It's a dragged-up expression of your doubting, lonely, doomed individual self. It's the ineffable mystery of existence.
But a question arises. The alienated executive, stepping into the Museum of Modern Art for a few minutes before the cocktail hour and confronted by the void, might say, "I'm uncertain if I really feel like that."
Bigness, broadness, high energy, all coming at you. There's something heroic about that look, yes, but the moral side is maybe one note and a bit relentless. Coming up next, a new angle on uncertainty. If we're lost and adrift and fragmented and we don't believe in anything, Is that really so bad?